Hi, I'm Amanda and welcome to my February Plan With Me. This theme is Love Ducks. I thought the duck theme was really cute, and it kind of follows like January where I did blue cows. So I'm doing pink ducks for February, and I thought it was pretty cute and follows like the month of February. First and foremost, I am using my Tombow dual brush pens to write out the word February. I tried to blend this month and I got my colors a little mixed up, so the blending isn't my best, but we're working with it. So I took my Crayola Supertips and I am blending and making it darker at the bottom. And you'll see where I kind of mess up in the next little step when I try to blend. And that's my bad, but mistakes happen when you're bullet journaling all the time. As you have more experience with bullet journaling, you kind of just find ways to cover up the mistakes you make, and it just kind of works out. So here I am getting another brush pen here and trying to blend it down, and then realize that the colors don't really go together and it's making it darker in the middle than I want. So it works out in the end and it looks pretty good and I'm happy with it, but this is my blending technique and it may not be the best one right now for this particular color. So I'm continuing to kind of make it look a little bit better after I realized, oh poo, I made a mistake. Oopsies. So I'm going to take my Micron fine liner here and kind of outline the word February, just to kind of make it pop and stand out a little bit more. And in the end, it turns out really cute. And as you can tell, for most of my themes or journaling, even the spreads inside the monthly and everything like that, I tend to draw in pencil first, and that kind of limits mistakes. Except, of course, when I decide that I want to use the wrong colors that don't really blend well together. That's a mistake that I can't really fix with pencil. Anyway, so here I am. I didn't realize that I didn't do the inside of the R until later, so I do fill it in later. And this is pretty therapeutic for me, outlining letters like this. As you can see, here I am trying to fix it a little more. So I'm making the bottom darker. I'm like, whatever, I'm not going to do 3-color blend. I'm just going to do a 2-color blend, and it made it look so much better. And that's my fix. And here I am putting in, oh, poo, I forgot to put the marker in here. So here I am. I'm taking my Tombow brush pens again. I use those mostly, and I'm erasing before I put the marker over, because sometimes the eraser marks don't go away after the marker's over them. So this is what I'm doing here, and I find ducks are hard to draw. I wanted to do really cute ducks, and like these did turn out really cute, but these are a little more realistic than I wanted them to turn out to be. Obviously not like beautifully realistic ducks by any means, but I kind of wanted to look more cartoony. But so Crayola Supertips are the other marker that I'm using for these spreads, and I'm outlining in a darker pink here, and then the inside will be a lighter pink, and I wasn't going to outline it in like black, but then I decided I wanted to, and it looks okay, but I kind of wish I kept it without the black outline. But anyway, I digress. Here is me just kind of filling in the little wing, and it's turning out really cute. It's coming all together. So here is my lighter pink that I go in, and it kind of blends in with the sides too. And like I said, my blending technique this month is not the greatest. As you can see, I'm like kind of just coloring randomly, and I kind of regret it that I didn't do strokes in the same direction, but here we are. I was like, whatever, I'm just coloring, and I'm trying to blend it a little bit more. And it turned out really, really cute. So like I said, I was erasing the pencil before I did the marker because sometimes the marker doesn't let the pencil erase very well, especially in this book in particular. This journal, I find the paper quality not as good as other journals I've used. Now, I do love this journal. I got it for free from Jessica's Journals, so I'm very grateful for that. And it does hold up with watercolor, and it's holding up with my markers for the most part. The layering and blending kind of bled through a little bit, and there's a little bit of ghosting, but other than that, it's not too bad. But the paper quality itself, it's a little bit darker. It's like an off-white, and the paper quality is a little bit different. So I find that the markers don't glide as well, or and the pencil marks don't erase as well. But we're working with it, and it's working fine. So I'm obviously decided to erase the pencils before to kind of solve that problem. So I am outlining the ducks now. It was kind of like a last minute decision. I wasn't going to, and then I also wasn't going to put that line. You saw me pause, do I want to put that line there, or do I not want to put that line there? I ended up doing it because obviously duck beaks do open, so there's a little crack there. And I'm going to do it to the other one as well. It does end up kind of looking better because it pops. The ducks pop out more with the black outline. But it was a hard decision for me to make for some reason. Oh boy. When I decided to do the duck theme, I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot draw ducks for the life of me. It took me a really, 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 really long time to draw a duck. I use Google as inspiration, and I kind of watched tutorials on how to draw a duck. And ducks really, it's not that hard, but the head, I find, if you don't get it the correct shape, then it doesn't work out very well. So I didn't want my ducks floating in the air, so I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll add water. So there's a little bit of blue at the bottom, and so they're kind of floating in water. And it's not often that I do a 2-pager for a monthly cover page, because I often do a quote page, but I didn't do a quote page this year. This month. I just kind of did a 2-pager for the full month, which I think looks pretty cute. It's a little bit different for me, and different's good sometimes. I do like how I colored this in much better than when I colored the ducks in. I will say that. I did put a paper under just because I didn't want, when I was coloring the edges, I kind of didn't want to color other pages behind it just in case. And I did check to see if this bled through, and it didn't. It was pretty good. And I just find having that paper there kind of helps me not get it on the other papers if I'm coloring really fast and the paper kind of slips. So that's why that paper's there. And if you didn't know, I do make custom journals. I'm currently making one now, but if you follow me on TikTok, I always post when I restock custom journals. So if bullet journaling is something that you want to get into, but you just don't have the time to create your own, or just don't think you want to create your own, or don't think you have the creativity to create your own, I do make custom journals. I also have digital versions of spreads on my Etsy as well. So if you go over there, the link is down below. You can totally find some spreads there. I have January, February, March. Obviously, you don't need January anymore, but I do have yearly spreads too. So I have February and March posted. I'm in the process of posting the rest of the year. And there will be 3-month bundles and just 1-month bundles kind of thing. So if that's something you're interested in too, you can also purchase those and print them. And then you have a journal, you can glue them in a journal or like hole punch them and put them in a binder. That's your choice. So here I thought I'd added hearts just to kind of like make it a little more Valentines-y, I guess. But also they are love ducks, so I kind of needed to fill some empty space, and this big heart is kind of like showing that these ducks are in love. And I'm using, again, Tombow brush pens and Crayola Supertips for my colors this time around. And I'll go again and fill it out or outline it with my Micron fine liner. This Micron fine liner is a 0.3 size, so it's not too big and it's not too small. It kind of makes the hearts pop out a little bit more, so you can see them a little bit better. And since I did outline the ducks, I mean, it kind of makes sense that I would also outline the hearts. I definitely did not outline the water, but that's okay. It doesn't need to be outlined. Yeah, and these are like my favorite fine liners ever. They, depending on the thickness, sometimes they like to, bleed if you're erasing over them or coloring over them. But I forgot to erase these pencil marks, so here I am going on and erasing these pencil marks, get them away. Yeah. And if you can see closely, you can actually tell that some of the pencil didn't go away. So that's why I do like to erase before I color. Yeah, so if you really like this video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I do post plan with me's every month. I will post walkthroughs of custom journals and sometimes walkthroughs of just my whole month spread. And sometimes I post some shorts as well. I'm also over on TikTok. I post a lot more over there and also on Instagram. And those are some ways you can support me, but you can also support me by going to my Etsy and purchasing some of those spreads if that's something you're interested in. So thank you for watching, and I hope I've inspired you to start bullet journaling.